Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about optional class. So this optional class is introduced in Java Reason. Okay. So what is the use of optional class? I'll tell you. Okay. So before that, let me discuss one example. Okay. So let me discuss one example. So after that, okay. So I will introduce optional class. Why it is introduced in Java? Okay. Yeah. Now see here. Okay. So here, I have a class customer. These are the two fields, name and email. I'm initializing these two fields by using constructor. Yeah. And I want to display the details of an employee. Sorry, details of a customer. Okay. So here, uh, I have taken what a list of customers. Okay. So uh, for this video, okay. So prerequisite is collections concept. Okay. So if you are familiar with collections concept, then it will be easy to understand this concept. Okay. Yeah. Now see here list. Okay. So in main method, so I created customer of list of customer object. Okay. So here I have taken a list of customers. Okay. Yeah, now I'm adding uh, a list of customers to this customer object. Okay. So this is what array list object. Okay. So now you can add what customer objects to this what array list object. Right. So now here I'm adding. Okay. How many objects I'm adding here? 4, right? Yeah. Now see here, name of the customer of first object is null and anand@gmail.com, and second name is what Akash. Okay, let me change this name. Like Shanmuk. Okay, Shanmuk, and here it is null. Okay, so email is I'm giving as null, and here name I'm changing to Karthik. Okay, and here I'm changing it to Meghana. Okay, so this is the what okay, so these are the objects I have added to the what this customer object. Here customers object is the what a collection object, which type? List type. Okay, yeah, now I'm calling customer dot display details by passing this collection object as parameter. Okay, collection object as parameter. Yeah, now I'm iterating through this what a collection object. Okay, so collection object list. Okay, now you are going to get one by one what a customer object to into this C, and you are going to display C dot name. Okay, yeah, now see here what I want to do is here while displaying the name. Okay, so I want to convert it into what uppercase letters. Name should be okay, so here emails for suppose. Okay, so here emails and here Meghana M and Shanmuk Karthik. Yeah. So these are the what names and emails. Right. So here what I want to do is here names I want to convert into uppercase letters. Okay. So here I'm calling uppercase. Okay. And the details of okay. So now just I want to display names of the what every customer. Okay, every customer by converting it into uppercase letters. Okay, by converting it into uppercase letters. Right. Now you tell me here it is what taking list. Okay, which list? This one customers list. Okay, I'm going to iterate through this what list. You are going to get okay one by one customer object. Okay, for the first iteration. Okay, for the first iteration, you will get this customer object. Why? Because list maintain the order. No, so here you will get this one. Now for this object, okay, c dot name means null. Right. C dot name means null. Now you see what it is going to display. See null pointer exception. Okay, 1 second, I'll show you. Yeah, null pointer exception cannot invoke string dot to uppercase because c dot name is null. Right. For the first iteration only, you are getting null pointer exception. Okay. Now here you can avoid this null pointer exception in two ways. Okay. So here either you can handle the null pointer exception by using exception handling mechanism, or you can, okay, you can perform the null check. Okay. See, first I'm performing null checking. If c dot name, okay, c dot name not is equal to null. Okay. C dot name not is equal to null. Okay. Then only I will display the what? Then only I will display the name by converting it into uppercase. See now Shanmuk and Karthik. See Shanmuk and Karthik. Why? So here you are checking whether C dot name is okay null or not. If it is not null, then only I am going to convert it into what uppercase letters. Like this, you can avoid the what null pointer exception. Okay. See, for first iteration, you are getting null. So now, okay, it won't execute this what line number 13. And for the second iteration, okay, for this object, okay, Shenmue, it is not null. So it is going to convert into uppercase letter. For third iteration, okay, this object, okay, this Karthik object, it is not null. So it is going to convert into uppercase. And for for fourth object, it is null. No, so it won't be executed. So like this, you can, okay, perform the null checking, or you can, okay, what you can do is simply here put this one in try block. Okay, definitely, okay, there may be a chance of getting what a null pointer exception while converting your name into uppercase. If it is null, if your name is null, then definitely you will get null pointer exception. That's why you put this try block code into try block. And now, so null pointer exception. Okay, null pointer exception E. Okay, so simply null value found. Okay, so null value. Uh, Now here the expected output. Okay, now the expected output is, see, for first iteration you will get null value found. For the second iteration you will get Shenmuk by converting into uppercase letter. For third iteration, Karthik converted into uppercase, and for fourth iteration, okay, null value found. Okay, null value found. Now like this you should get the answer output. See null value found, Shenmuk, Karthik, null value. So like this, you can avoid the what null pointer exception. Okay. So now by using optional, okay, by using optional, so you can avoid this null checking and the null pointer exception both. Okay. So you can avoid the null checking and the handling of the null pointer exception. Both you can avoid. Okay. So how to avoid? By using these two. Okay, null checking and handling of the null pointer exception. How you can avoid? By using the option. Okay, option. Yeah. See now here what I am doing is here by using optional. So see optional, what it will do is, see, in optional class. See, optional class, I have a method. Okay, optional dot of nullable. Okay, of nullable. So here, if you give some value, if you give some value, for suppose Anand, some string value you have given. Okay, so now what it will return is, okay, so if you pass some value here, okay, if you pass some value or object, anything, okay, some object, okay, object here. So in this object, whatever the value you have, okay, so here of nullable is going to create an object of optional. Okay, optional. Okay, which type? This one. Optional is of string type, right? Optional. Okay, string type. some obj. Okay, optional. Okay, string obj is equal to optional dot half nullable. So if okay, it has some value other than null value, then it will create what optional object. Okay, obj, and it will put this value into this optional object obj. For suppose here this object contains null value. For suppose if your object contain null value, then what it will do is it will create empty optional object. Means here, okay, it will half nullable will create what object what optional object. Definitely it will create optional object. If we here uh, the whatever the object you are passing, if it is contains some value, it will create what optional object, and it will put that value into the optional object. For suppose here whatever the object you are passing, if it contains null value, then it will create what optional object with empty, means there is no value. Okay, so here there is no value. So it want to put null value in this what null value in this optional object. Okay, it won't put what a null value. Okay, so if value is found, then it will create optional object, and the value will be put into the obj. Obj means optional object. If there is no value, means if there is null value, if for suppose if this object contains whatever the object you are passing here, it contains null, then it is going to create the optional object with empty. Okay, so there is no value. Okay, simply the empty object, empty optional object. Okay, so now, okay, so here what I'm doing is here. Okay, so now optional. Okay, so optional. Okay, here string. Okay, string obj is equal to, okay, so optional dot. Okay, so optional dot. Okay, so here half nullable. Okay, half nullable. Okay, half nullable. Half here, what you are passing? C dot name you are passing. Okay, now if this C dot name contains some value, then what it will do? It will create what optional object with this value. With this value, if this C dot name contains null, then it will create what obj. Okay, optional object, but with no value in it. With no value in it. Okay, then how to check? Okay, how to check whether it is contains what the value or not? See here. Okay, see here. I'm going to take screenshot of this for better understanding. Now here I'm pasting here. So yeah, see now what happened is, yeah, so now here you are calling what are display details, right? Here you are calling, sorry, here you are calling display details of, okay, so display details. Okay, display details of customers you are passing, right? Customers you are passing. So here in for loop, so this first object, okay, this first object will be passed here. Okay, for first iteration, C dot name means here null. C dot name is here null. Okay, so null means it will create obj. Okay, obj means optional object with no value. Why? Because here, okay, so here C dot name for first iteration contains null value, and for the second iteration, okay, for the second iteration it contains Shenmue, right? So now for second iteration it will create, okay, obj with value what? Shenmue. Okay, with value what? Shenmue. And for third iteration, okay, so for third iteration again it has the null value. Now here obj is created with no value. Okay, with no value. Why? Because here sorry, here Karthik is there. No, sorry, Karthik is there. So now here, what happened? Obj is created with Karthik. Okay. Now for fourth iteration, again the name is null. So again one more obj object is created for fourth iteration with no value. Why? Because here after nullable, what it will do is the object which you are passing, if it is contain some value, then it will create optional object. Okay, by storing this value into this optional object. Otherwise, if it is contains null, it will create optional object, but it won't put any value. Just empty optional object it will create. Okay. Yeah. Now, how to check whether your optional object is empty or not? Okay. So there are four methods. Okay. First one is if present. Okay. If present, I will discuss one by one. Second one is if present. Okay. If present or else. Okay, if present or else. And third one is or else. Okay, or else. And or else get. Okay, fourth method. And fifth method is or else throw. Or else throw. So these are the five methods you can use, okay, to get the value from what optional object. Okay, let me discuss one by one. First, I am using if present. Okay, so if present. Okay, now see here obj. Okay, now what I'm doing is obj dot if present. Okay, so if present, then you need to write what a lambda expression here. Okay, so if present, some value is present in the what optional object, then write lambda expression p. Okay, p goes to sys out of p. That's it. Okay, p goes to sys out of p. That's it. If value is present in the optional object, then you are going to display the what value of the optional object. Otherwise, it won't display anything. So this is if present. So now for the first iteration, here null. So here obj does not contain anything. So then if present will fail. So it won't display anything. For second iteration, it has what some value. So now the value is there and it is going to display that value. For third iteration also it has some value. It is going to display that value. For fourth iteration, again null. So empty optional object. Okay, if present, leads to fail. Why? Because there is no value present in the obj for fourth iteration. See now, see only Shenmukh and Karthik. Okay, only Shenmukh and Karthik, and you can convert it into to uppercase. Okay, here Karthik to uppercase. Here you can write. Yeah, see now. So like this, you can avoid the what null checking and a null pointer exception here. Okay. Next one is if present or else. Here, if value is present, then only you are going to display the value, right? Okay. Otherwise, if value is not there, in that case, okay. So if present or else. Okay. So this is one method, and second method is if present or else. Okay. So let me comment this. Okay. Let me comment this. Now I'm writing what if present or else. Obj dot if present or else. Okay. Now here write lambda expression, same lambda expression. Okay, for what if what value is present, then write this one. Otherwise, else what you want to display. Okay, so simply write lambda expression. Okay, simply write lambda expression. Okay, so sys out. Okay, so sys out null value form. Okay, So null value found. Okay. So in if present, okay, if present will be executed if value is present in the optional object. Okay. So here if present or else is executed. Okay, whether value is present or not. Okay. So if value is present, what you want to do? If value is not present, what you want to do? Okay. So if value is not found, then if null value is there, or sorry, if there is no value in the optional object. Okay. So here null value found, I will display. Otherwise, no value found simply. Okay. No value found like this. Okay. No value found. See now. See, no value found for first iteration. For second iteration, there is a value, and for third iteration, there is a value, and fourth iteration, there is no value. Okay. So this is if present or else. And third one is or else. Okay. Third one is or else. See, obj dot or else. Okay. Or else. Here, okay. So you need to what it will return? String value it will return. Okay. String value it will return. Okay. Now or else. Okay. So or else what it will return? String value it is return. So you should write within the system. Okay. Now here or else what it will do? Okay. So if this obj contains some value, it will display that value. Otherwise, okay. Otherwise, here you should write a string. Okay. You should write a string. You should supply some string here. Okay. So if there is no value present, then what you want to display? Okay. What you want to display? That value you should that message you need to write here. So no value found. Okay. No value found. When this no value found will display if your obj means optional object does not contain any value. If your obj is empty, then it will display this one. Otherwise, it will display whatever the value, okay, you have in the obj. Okay. Yeah, now see, no value found. Okay, Shenmukh, Karthik. Okay. So, and no value found. Okay. So here or else. Okay. So what it will do? So it is going to display obj value if it contains some value. If obj is empty, then here whatever the string you are passing, that is going to display. Okay, that is going to display. So this is or else. Okay, this is or else. And next one is or else get. Okay, sorry, here or else get. Obj dot or else get. Okay, or else get. So this is also what similar to the similar to the or else, but here you should pass what lambda expression here. Okay, you should pass lambda expression here simply. Okay, instead of passing string value, you should pass lambda expression here. Okay, so rest remaining totally same. Okay, okay. System dot out of intel off like this you need to write. Okay, why? Because it is returning string value. Okay, or else get. Okay, so what you want to display? Okay, so here you should write. Okay, no value found. Okay, no value found like this. Okay, just only the difference is in or else you are passing string value, but here you are passing lambda expression. That's it. Okay, so here lambda expression is what anonymous function, right? So anonymous function. So here I'm writing in this anonymous function only I'm writing some string. That's it. Okay. So I will discuss lambda expressions also. See, okay, here also. Okay, so what it is doing? Okay, so if some value is in the obj, it is going to display that value. Otherwise, whatever the lambda expression string you are passing, that is going to display. That's it. Okay. Next one. Okay. Next one. Let me comment this. Obj dot. Okay. Obj dot or else throw. Okay. Or else throw. Okay. Or else. So here, what I will do is, okay. So if value is there in the object, then it is going to display the, okay, then it is going, if value is there in the obj, it will display that. Otherwise, okay, you want to throw some exception, then you can throw that exception. Okay, if you want to, this is optional. If you this or else throw, okay, you have different functions. Okay, you have different functions to what check whether your optional object contains the value or not. If value is there, you can get like this by using if present or else, or extra or else or else get. And this is another extra function. If you want to use, you can use. Otherwise, you can leave it. So what it will do is, if obj contains the value, and it will display as it is. Otherwise, whatever the exception you want to throw, if there is no value found in the what optional object, okay, found in the optional object, that is up to you. Okay, for suppose I want to, okay, I want to throw null pointer exception. Okay, colon. Okay, so you need to, okay, throw null pointer exception like this. Now see null pointer exception. Why? Because here there is no value. Okay, so there is no value, so that's why it is throwing null pointer exception. So this is actually so this is a special case. So if you want to throw any check what user defined exception, then you can throw it. Okay, so throwing null pointer exception is meaningless here. Why? Because here the optional is introduced, okay, to eliminate the null pointer exception. Okay, and null checking, right? So just for example, okay, I have written this exam. I have thrown this null pointer exception if the value in the obj is not found. That's it. Okay, so this is the concrete example of what optional, where we use this what optional object. What is the significance of this optional object? Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, so in next video, I'm going to discuss about lambda expressions. Okay, actually, before this video, I need to record that one. But those who are familiar with collections and what lambda expressions, they can easily understand this one. Okay, you don't need to worry. I will record that collections concept as well, the lambda expressions. Okay, after this video. Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel if you are okay with my videos. Okay, and please like and comment also. Okay, so whatever you feel about my video, okay, so please comment in the comment section. Okay, yeah, thanks everyone.